right? If it comes, what is economy, right? So you will say any type of human activity, clear? Activities that produces goods, ठीक है, and gives profit, ठीक है, an activity that gives profit. अभी उसके बाद डेवलपमेंट, अंडरस्टूड? आफ्टर दैट वी विल कम डेवलपमेंट, राइट? सो एनी एक्टिविटी that gives profit is known as economic activity, understood? Any type of activity it may be, whether it is market or non-market, clear? If it gives profit, we will say that it is an economic activity, clear? So in economic activity we will have various types of sectors, clear? So all activities that give an income or return, understand, give profit or you can say income, clear, is known as economic activity, clear? This is definition of economic activity, clear? It may be of any type of profit, activity. It should give profit or income, then we will say that it is economic activity, understand? Mahatma Gandhi made India free, it is not economic activity, understand, right? Because there is no production of goods and services, clear? But when you are buying or selling anything, or when you are manufacturing anything, or while you are giving services, okay, and you are getting something, right? That is economic activity, clear? So we can say that people are engaged in various economic activities, okay? So economic activities, that is, it is divided into how many sectors? Economic activities, right? It is divided into 3 sectors, right? Clear? These 3 sectors are primary, secondary and tertiary sector, clear? Primary, secondary and tertiary, clear? It is tertiary. Any problem? You have studied in class 9, isn't it? So these are 3 activities sector, clear? So in primary activities, goods which are produced by exploiting natural resources, understand? Goods produced by exploiting natural resources, clear, are known as primary sector activity, understood? Here we are exploiting natural resource, then we are getting something, production of crop or depleting of forest, we have cut forest, this is also primary activity. You are doing dairy farming activity, clear? And you are doing fishing activity, isn't it? You are doing poultry farm activity, all these comes into primary activity, understood? So these sectors comes, and secondary activities में क्या होता है? Transformation of one good into another, right? Transformation of one goods into another, clear? Here one good is converted into another goods, that is, in short you can say manufacturing, clear? It is a kind of manufacturing, understood? This is called transformation of one goods into another. Clear? And then you have got many other examples. What are these? Sugar cane into sugar. For example, what? Example, sugar cane into sugar, and so many items. In this manner you can describe. Clear? Clothes from cotton, isn't it? Cotton is converted into cloth, isn't it? So you have transformed sugar cane into sugar. So this is your secondary activity. Understood? And then you have got tertiary activities, right? Means services, all producing services. Clear? All production units producing services with the help in the development of primary, secondary and tertiary, right? Services. Clear? In the development of primary and secondary sectors. Clear? That comes tertiary. Understood? This sector is also known as industrial sector, isn't it? It is also known as industrial sector, and this sector is known as service sector. Understood? This sector is also known as service sector. Clear? So economic activities, right? It is grouped into different categories, are very interdependent. ये सब एक दूसरे पे डिपेंडेंट हैं. They are interdependent on each other. है कि नहीं? प्राइमरी जो है सेकेंडरी पर और टर्सरी पर डिपेंडेंट है. अगर सेकेंडरी और टर्सरी नहीं होता तो प्राइमरी वर्क व्हाट वी हैड टू डू? वी हैड टू डू यूजिंग ओनली एनिमल मसल्स. केवल बैल से ही खेत जुताई करते है कि नहीं? अगर प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी देयर वाज नो सेकेंडरी यूनिट और टर्सरी, बिकॉज सेकेंडरी प्रोवाइडेड एग्रीकल्चरल इनपुट, दैट इज मशीनरी, ट्रैक्टर, रोटावेटर, हार्वेस्टर, isn't it? Pumping set, electricity, right? And tertiary sector, they provided all these services. Transportation, if there was no transportation, how you could bring your pumping set from Akbarpur to Mahadwar? Was it possible if there was no transportation? Isn't it? That's why it is also dependent on tertiary sector. Clear? So in this manner you may explain. So the various production activities, these three sectors, primary, secondary and tertiary, produce large number of goods and services. Clear? All these produce large number of goods and services. Understand? Primary and secondary, they produces large number of goods and services, and they makes the third sector tertiary sector. Understood? So in this manner there are not enough job opportunities in secondary and tertiary. Understand? But in primary sector there is lot of job opportunities. But job opportunities are created after primary has been developed. After development of primary sector, job opportunities increases. Understood? So we can say that more the half of the workers in the country are working in primary sector, especially in agriculture. Understood? That is 71% of country's population is engaged in agricultural activity. Understood? So agricultural sector is more, but there is a problem in agricultural sector, that there is not proper production, improper production. Clear? And people are not getting employment there. It is very physically tough work, isn't it? That's why people don't want to do such work. They want some light work, isn't it? That's why everybody used to rush towards secondary and tertiary sector, isn't it? Everybody wants that we should not do physical labor. Very less people are interested in physical labor, isn't it? Otherwise, means only those people who are there because they have no other works. They are quite illiterate or they have got some problems, social problems, isn't it? That's why they are doing agricultural activity. Otherwise, most of the people they reject agricultural activity, isn't it? If you have got graduation, then you will never prefer agricultural activity. Why? Because you want job, isn't it? You will say that why shall I do agricultural activity? Then why I have got education? Huh? Many people says, but it's not better answer, isn't it? There are a lot of job opportunities in agriculture sector, but it needs some innovative technology, isn't it? But in our country, unfortunately, we don't apply innovative technology in agriculture sector. We apply them in secondary and tertiary sector. That's why that sector has become, underestimated by today's youth, right? So it is the duty of us that we should develop all these things. Clear? So here, as you have discussed all these three sectors, let us take example. Imagine what would happen if farmers refuse to sell sugar cane to particular sugar mill, right? This is a sugar mill, right? Sugar mill, right? And here farmers producing sugar cane, Clear? What will happen if farmers refuse to sell sugar cane? If farmers tell that in this season we will not sell sugar cane to sugar factory, understood? Then what will happen? Your sugar mill, it will stop, isn't it? It means sugar mill is dependent on sugar cane producer, isn't it? And sugar cane producer is from primary sector, clear? And sugar mill, it is secondary sector, right? So secondary sector is dependent on primary sector, understood? This is a case that secondary sector means primary sector is dependent on secondary sector, because if primary sector refuse to sell sugar cane, then secondary sector sugar mill cannot do production, cannot perform production, isn't it? So here you have understood the interdependency of secondary sector on primary sector. In this way question may come. Understand? Briefly explain with example the dependence of secondary sector on primary sector. Then you have to give this example and explain. Understood? Second thing, imagine that what would happen to cotton cultivation if companies decided not to buy from Indian market and import all cotton they need from other countries. Clear? Let us imagine that cotton cultivation, ठीक है? आपके cotton cultivation का क्या होगा? This is a, you can say, mill, right? Cotton mill. This is cotton mill. Understand? This is your cotton mill, and here cotton producer, cotton crop producer, right? These cotton mill workers, they refused, okay? They refused Indian cotton. They refused to the Indian farmers, Indian cotton farmers, that we will not purchase your raw material. We will purchase raw material from Sri Lanka. We will purchase raw material from Bangladesh. We will not purchase your raw material. Then what will happen? Here, primary sector is dependent on secondary sector. Understood? Primary sector अब secondary पे depend है. If cotton mill refuse to purchase cotton from primary sector, then their production, that would go waste, isn't it? It would be wasted, and finally it would be of no use. It would be rotten, or its price will drop, isn't it? Now he will say, okay, beta, come and take 2 rupees per kg, 1 rupees per kg, and in this way it will lose its prices. Means price reduces, isn't it? So due to reduction of price, they will suffer a loss, isn't it? They will have no profit. Then they will stop growing crop. They will stop growing cotton crop. They will start growing another crop, isn't it? So here we have seen that primary sector is dependent on secondary sector. Understood? In similar manner, Indian cotton cultivation will become less profitable, isn't it? Because this cultivation will become less profitable, and these farmers, they will refuse to grow this next season. This crop cannot be grown in next season because it is not profitable, isn't it? So here you have got a dependency of primary sector on secondary sector. Then let us take another example. Farmers buy many goods such as tractor, pump sets, electricity, pesticide, fertilizers. Farmers buy all these things from market. Clear? Imagine that if the price of fertilizers or pump sets go up. Suppose earlier there was a tractor that they had purchased earlier, it was of 4 lakh rupees, right? Say 4 lakh rupees, one piece tractor. But in next year, they have just doubled their price. It became 8 lakh per piece, just double price. Then what will happen? Your primary sectors, they are unable to purchase from secondary sector, isn't it? So what happened? Primary sector is dependent upon secondary sector again, right? So in this manner, you can also say that fertilizers also we are buying, and many other things, insecticide, pesticides, if its rate goes up, or if they refuse to sell in Indian market, they are selling in another country's market, then your primary sector will suffer, isn't it? So this is called interdependency. On this topic, question will come in board examination. Understood? That how these 3 sectors are independent on each other. Understand? This is the most important point of discussion. That you have to apply your mind, use with proper arguments, and you have to give your answer. It may come in case study also. Understood? Last case, people working in industrial and service sector. Those people who used to work in industrial and service sector, they require food grain. Otherwise, they cannot get their meal, dinner or breakfast, because food grain is very important, isn't it? If primary sector people, they refuse to sell their food grain to industrial sector, that is tertiary sector, isn't it? And if all transport system stops, they refuse to transport these food grains to city, from village to city, then what will happen? Your primary sector, clear, it is dependent on tertiary sector, because here transport is important. If the people of transport sector, they used to start strike, understand? If they keep strike, then what will happen? Their food grains cannot be transported to city, and manufacturing unit people, they will not get food grains. It means your secondary sector depends on tertiary sector here, isn't it? Because farmers have grown crops, but it cannot be transported to city where factories are located, isn't it? If there are no food grain in the market, how the workers of secondary sector, they will buy food grain? This is a difficult problem. If there is shortage of food grain, then they will have high prices. They will ask for high prices. It means your secondary sector depends on tertiary sector. This is the example that secondary sector depends on tertiary sector because transport was stopped, isn't it? And in this manner, your primary sector, they will also suffer from loss because their food grain could not sell because of lack of transport, isn't it? If their food grains cannot sell, then they will have no profit, and if they have no profit, they will suffer for another commodities, isn't it? How they will buy, equipments, how they will buy fertilizer, how they will buy insecticide, pesticide, and how they will educate their children, how they will provide medical facilities to their children, how they will celebrate festivals. There will be problem, isn't it? So in this manner we can say that all three sectors are complementary to each other. Understand? Means without one, not any, means other two sectors cannot survive properly. If survive, but they cannot give proper output, isn't it? However, they will survive, but proper output cannot be given, and we cannot meet the challenges of increasing population. Population is increasing day by day. If these three sectors does not act properly, then we cannot feed every people. There would be death rate. Death rate will increase, isn't it? Infant mortality rate will increase. Clear? If these three sectors, they does not function properly. Understood? So to improve national economy, all these three sectors should be means they should use innovative technology for their production, for their primary activity and tertiary activity, isn't it? There needs lot of skilled people. People should be skilled. Only then all these three sectors, they will give its 100% result, isn't it? Full efficiency can be brought from these sectors if they are using skilled workers, and workers are educated and workers are healthy, isn't it? And if these three sectors are working well, then your GDP, total gross development product, GDP, it will rise. GDP क्या होता है? Total income from all these three sectors, that is GDP divided by its population. Clear? That will become per capita income. अगर तीनों को हम ऐड करके टोटल कंट्री की पॉपुलेशन से डिवाइड कर दे, it will become per capita income, isn't it? And it will give you the exact average of the country. Clear? That we will study tomorrow. Understand? Write a question. We have discussed comparing also. We have compared all these three sectors. Clear? And tomorrow we will continue it. Write a question. Explain the difference between. First question. Explain the difference between primary, secondary and tertiary sectors using an example. Second question. question. Describe how primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors dependent on each other. How primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors depends on each other. Depends on each other. Okay, these two questions you have to do.